or you could park at the hotel and take a shuttle there. Good evening, everybody. Welcome again to the 2025 Phillips 66 Big 12 Men's Basketball Championship. Here are a few operational reminders for your information. After each game, the winning team will be escorted to this room. We will have each team on the dais for up to 10 minutes each. That's our protocol for tonight. Tomorrow night, the appearance of teams on the dais will be reversed. The losing team will come first, and the winning team will come second. We will ask each head coach to open each team session with general comments about the game. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand and let us deliver to you a wireless microphone. Please state your name, your affiliation, and designate who you would like to answer your question directly into the microphone, as we have ASAP Sports transcribing this press conference remotely. Quotes and other media materials are available in the media Dropbox on big12sports.com. When entering and departing this area, we request that you use the rear entrance to this interview room. Locker rooms are open for up to 30 minutes once a team's cooling off period ends. And as a reminder, for the championship game, the order is reversed and the runner-up team has a 15-minute cooling off period. If you'd like a security escort to your vehicle in the parking garage tonight, please notify the guest services staff at the entrance to the media workroom or the security guard at the media entrance on Oak Street. Joining me on the dais now is Houston head coach Kelvin Sampson. He's joined by L.J. Cryer and Emmanuel Sharp. Coach, when you're comfortable, if you could just start us with some general comments about the game.
Well, obviously, having played them before, it helps cut down your prep time because you don't have to worry about personnel. But watching them on film, and I really hadn't seen BYU a whole lot. I mean, if you ask the coaches in this league, you're always focused on the next game. I don't really watch a lot of the teams play. But the first thing that jumped out to me was how much better, how much they had improved since January 4th. I mean, that's a long time ago. The job that Kevin has done with that team. And they got really good players, but proud of our guys. Our defense is our defense. The way we rebound, the way we do things is we've been doing this for a long time. I mean, this is our ever how many years it is going to these tournaments. But first half defense was outstanding. Second half, we wanted to spread them and driving because they were being really physical on the ball. We felt like we could get to the free throw line if we just drove the ball. But it was just a good win, You get a chance to play in a championship game, but at the end of the day, it's a 3-day tournament. The game tomorrow night doesn't determine the Big 12 champion. The regular season determines the Big 12 champion. That's why you play 20 games. We played a game on December 30th, and we played the last one on March 8th. And over the course of 20 games, we decided who the Big 12 champion was. Now, in this little three games in 3 days, it's an awesome chance for the Big 12 to show how great this conference is. And BYU is going to get a great seed in the NCAA tournament. They're going to be a tough out for whoever plays them. Again, really impressed with the job Kevin's done, and happy with our guys. Obviously, having J1 out, we had to shuffle some things around. But whether that's good or bad, I mean, we're used to having guys out with injury here the last few years, and so we just plug somebody else in. And Malik Wilson's he's been our best rebounding guard all year. He's our best rebounding guard. I thought his discipline tonight was outstanding. If I had to say what was the biggest difference in the way we played, in our best defensive wins, whether it's at Arizona or at Kansas or at West Virginia, was our defensive discipline. I thought our discipline was outstanding tonight.
Okay, our first question is going to be on the second row here on the left.
David Smale, Field Level Media. Coach, 26 three-point attempts. Was that the game plan going in, or was it just what the defense gave you?
Yeah, I would say the latter, what the defense gave us. But if you look at, I think we're the #1 3-point percentage shooting team in the league, if I'm not mistaken. But look at who the guys that were shooting it. L.J. Cryer's has made 90-some threes this year. Emmanuel Sharp probably would have made 90-some, but he was injured and missed a bunch of games with injury. And then who's the other one? Milos. I mean, all those guys are all 40% three-point shooters. So I like their fearlessness, and they all have the freedom to make the right play. I thought our basketball IQ and our discipline was outstanding tonight.
We're still on the left on the fourth row back.
Emmanuel, you hit 2 back-to-back threes right after a TV timeout that kind of killed any momentum that BYU had. Walk us through what Coach said in that timeout and how you guys were able to kill BYU's momentum.
You know, we knew they were going to go on a run. We just had to, you know, survive it. And, you know, we made some dumb plays, me included, at the beginning of the second half. And that's really what it was. You know, once we cracked down on that, we started playing better. You know, once we made better decisions, you know, that led to us getting baskets and, you know, kind of putting the fire out a little bit. But, yeah, there wasn't much to it, just cracking down on mistakes.
Okay, please raise your hand. Let us get a wireless mic to you. Back here on the left on the second row.
Coach, you know I'm going to ask your thoughts about Arizona or Texas Tech tomorrow night.
What's the question?
What are your thoughts on Texas Tech or Arizona playing them tomorrow night?
Well, when we figure out which one we'll play, I'll give you my thoughts.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, joining me now on the dais is BYU head coach Kevin Young. He's joined by Dawson Baker. Coach, can you get us started with some general comments about the game?
Yeah, poor start by our club. You know, we came out a little flat, honestly. Not sure why in a big game like that, but, you know, we couldn't throw it in the ocean to start the game with 3 of 16, I believe, from 3 in the first half, which is obviously unlike us. So that kind of put us, you know, in mud. But, look, Houston's a really good team. You know, they lost one game in the conference for a reason. And, you know, Coach Sampson is, he knows what he's doing, obviously, and so you have to give them all the credit. I thought our guys battled really hard in the second half to try to, you know, make a couple of runs, but, you know, we fell short. But, you know, for me, and I know we're undressing this game, but for me, I'm just excited for our group. to win, 9 out of our last 10 and play the way we've played, it gives us a lot of momentum going into the NCAA tournament. But credit to Houston for playing well, and we move on.
Okay, please raise your hand. Let us get a wireless mic to you. We've got a question in the back on the right side.
Coach, for you, Leo Rivera with Scope Up Sports, do you see this loss more as motivation, or do you see it as a learning experience for your squad as you look forward towards the tournament and the next chapter of your season?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Really a learning experience. That's what I just told our guys back there. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, obviously not at this level, but, you always learn in the postseason, just how much things get turned up. And I told our guys, for me, I learned 2 things in that game. One is the urgency that you have to have in postseason play and the level of focus, because everything comes a little bit harder in the postseason. Every pass is more contested. Every cut gets chucked a little harder. Every blackout becomes more challenging, and so you have to understand that you have to lock in even more than you normally do. And for me, those are the 2 things that I felt like we learned from this experience.
Got one on the left here on about the 4th row.
Sam Foster, Daily Universe. This could be for either Coach or Dawson. What was the immediate vibe from the players in the locker room after that loss? Are they bummed out, or are they more just looking forward to the tournament?
Yeah, initially we're bummed out. Obviously, we wanted to perform on a stage like this, and performing this tournament was important to us as players. But I think we got to keep the motivation that we've had, and it's important for us to keep that going on to the next week and focus on the next task at hand. But we got competitors. Of course, we're gonna be bummed out about a loss, but we'll just turn it into something good for us. Motivate us and get back at it.
We're going to be on the right side here, about 5 rows back.
Jay Drew, Deseret News. Kevin, twice you've played Houston and they just lock down defensively like they do against every club, but why does it seem you guys, they just take you out of your sets, or they push you out on the perimeter even farther? What is it, how are they able to do that?
So the first game we played against them, I thought it was all their defense. Tonight, I felt like we got a lot of shots in the first half that we normally get that were good looks that didn't go down. I don't want to discredit Houston. They're an amazing team, and I learned a lot from playing against them. But I think it was a combination of our inability to make open shots. But the thing that they do really well is multiple efforts. They take one thing away, and you think you got them on a swing or something like that, and they do a great job of just continuing to play, with multiple efforts, and that's a credit to their coaching staff to get their team to get that done on a nightly basis.
Dawson, what was said at halftime? You guys obviously down 20. You came out, seemed like you came out in the second half, and, the effort was still there.
Yeah, shout out to Dallin Hall, great leader, part of this team, and he really kind of just gave it to us straight, things that we need to focus on, about responding, and I think it just took us too long to respond. In that second half, you kind of see the life come back into us, but unfortunately to a good team like that, it's kind of too late. But yeah, Dallin Hall kind of motivated us, got our spirits back up, and realized that there's a lot left for us on the table, and just about our character and how we're going to respond. And I'm glad that we did. We didn't just shy away from the opportunity to respond.
Got a question here on the left, about 5 rows back.
I'll go back to Dawson here, because it seems like during that run that you were talking about a little bit earlier, Keba really sparked you guys, a couple lobs, kind of some energy plays like that. Just what kind of energy does he give you guys when he's able to go up and throw it down and that kind of thing? Yeah,
I think he set the tone perfectly in the second half. He's just an enforcer down there and causes a lot of problems. And seeing him get a block and seeing him get passionate about it gets everyone else rallied up. So he is a big part of our engine that keeps us going, and so it's always fun to watch him in practice or in the games, and I'm excited he's on our team, and I know he's going to keep bringing that, and you guys will enjoy watching him for sure in the postseason.
We're going to go down to the back row on the right.
Oliver Hayes, Buff Stampede. For Dawson, you guys shot the ball well from deep yesterday and then kind of went cold today. How do you kind of keep a short memory knowing that it can kind of go either way?
Yeah, it's hard. That's kind of something you practice daily in practice, having a short-term memory, whether it's turnovers or a shot that doesn't go in. I think it's just a practice habit that you got to develop, and it's a hard habit to continue to have confidence, even though shots might not fall, and that's part of the game. But we got plenty of good shooters on this team, and more than shooters, we got great competitors, and I think they will eventually get their mind to be in the right place to make those shots. And some nights it doesn't fall, but that's how it goes, and that's the name of the game.
Any other questions? Okay, Coach, thank you very much.
Just on my way out, I just thank you to the Big 12 and Kansas City. This has been a very classy conference tournament. They put on a really good event, so kudos to the city and the Big 12. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Good luck to you.